Yeah.
A lot of the stuff we started out with scripts other people have released to the community for their servers. Onyx figured out a way to write our towing script, our initial towing script that we had, and then dupe that into our trailer script. So as we go along, of course, we start with one thing, but you learn as you go, right? So
Yeah.
these days, it's a mix of that stuff.
Well, it's
Hey everybody,
awesome.
what
Yeah, I
is
mean, I've
going
tried.
on?
I
This
think
is
what's
another
it like I
episode of
do?
Meet the
All I've ever done
Gamers,
is really,
the
making
leftovers,
textures.
and today
The
we've
one thing
got
I
Budda
did try
Rocks for
was I
our special
tried to
guest. We've got Matty Is Ball as host and
what was
Gamer
it? I
Benny
tried to
as
make
always.
citations and charges for
All right,
copyright just
guys,
for
we'll go ahead and
LSPDFR, and I was like,
kind of
oh
jumped
yeah,
in
I
a little
got it
bit
in there.
early, and we'll go ahead
I
and
was like, oh yeah, this is going
get in
great. I go
here.
to put it
And
in the game, and nothing worked. So I like reached out to other people to try to help me figure it out. Couldn't
fortunately,
figure it out, and I was like, this is just not
I
for
don't know why
me.
this changes every time, but
I just play it, and I'll make different skins for my own cars, and then I'll throw them on lspd4.com to see if other people like it. And I started making vests and people like that. So I mean, I just throw a little stuff out there, but that whole aspect of it is definitely interesting to me. But I just don't know if I got the patience to do it.
It's a pain in the ass. I don't. It's hard to find the time to do it. A lot of times, it's time consuming. I think. Well, we just our recent server, our Red M server, which is of course like 5M for Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
we spent half the time, the initial development time on that, and it was still about 50 hours.
Holy
Right?
hell!
Wow.
We stopped. We like when we did VRP, for example. We stopped everything else we were doing for 2 to 3 weeks.
Holy.
Yeah,
Holy hell.
hours and hours, late nights and things like that, and of course, when you're partnering with somebody like that, you not only do you play partner, and you share in the work, but sometimes you got to play. Here's a shoulder. You got to play brother. You got to play father. It's because the other person might be going crazy or they're trying to figure something out. I remember one time we were doing the lock script, which is locking doors in different buildings based on permissions. And we did a bunch of them. I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. And it turned out that it was just simply line items. And it's always something small. Missing comma, extra space,
Yeah.
spelling.
Exactly.
Always something like that. And we'll pull our hair out over that for hours. And then you'll hear Onyx go, expletive deleted. I can't believe this is it. I can't believe we didn't see this. It happens more times than not. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I forgot what I was just gonna say. But what I was gonna say is, I mean, it's awesome. Yeah, you put in a lot of the time, but then you look at all of the people that get to sit there and enjoy and RP and I mean, you guys got a lot of stuff going on just from talking to Onyx. He was talking about DayZ. What else? Obviously the 5PD thing. Is that separate from the main thing, or is that like gonna be the main thing? I was just a little confused.
Integrated into our main server now for the four of us, Rye and Ace and Onyx and myself. We have a separate server, so LSPDFR and the police roleplay has been a huge part of our content since we started, and that's what our fans and our viewers really enjoy over anything else. And so keeping that server separate is a way for us to go back to our roots of just the four of us when we started 4 or 5 years ago. And then on top of that, it's a way for us to do LSPDFR, but together.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's absolutely awesome. Seeing how all you guys interact and stuff like that, it's awesome. And I feel like that's what like kind of drew me to the people that I interact with on a daily basis. Is it's kind of like a family away from your family and like a home away from home. You know what I mean?
Especially with all the craziness with being stuck at home.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? I get on here and I even just live streaming, playing LSPD4 myself, talking to the people in chat. It's excuse me,
Takes your mind off. Takes your mind
it's
out of
relaxing.
everything.
It's relaxing.
On top of that, for
hey,
5 years,
not all of us are stuck at home.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta go travel for work, which is
Yeah, I've got one of the easiest jobs in the world, right? Content creator.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not by choice. I'd be working if I could.
Hey, I don't blame you. I know what sitting at home, it's not good for the and sit there and just think about things. So it is nice to get your mind off of it. I was off for work for about 2.5 months. You got to do something. You have to.
Yep.
You'll go crazy if you don't.
Yep. I just hang out with the wife and the kids and our two rat ass Chihuahua dogs. And,
Oh Jesus!
I love them to death, though.
Absolutely, yeah.
They're my little buds. They're my little girls.
You got them yip dogs.
Yep, I do. But I'll tell you what, though, they're so like we have one who was just like a mixed breed, and we've had her for like 15 years. And then my dog, we only had her for 3, and she was a rescue, and she's a purebred. But she's turned out to be a therapy dog. She knows when I'm depressed. She knows when I'm upset, and she's always wanting to crawl up and cuddle and give me hugs and all kinds of things like that. So, that's the good parts about all these lockdowns, and like we were talking about with the people. And I was going to say that even beyond that, before that, with all the problems that I've seen and my wife has seen, and everybody in the 404 of us, the Cubs crew, all the stuff that we go through, these guys have been my true north more times than I care to admit. So that really drives the family aspect of that home.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you were saying with the animals, I think I know it's like, from talking about different things, but that's what I love. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I have a cat, but like, the cat knows when I'm upset, and the cat comes and will rub up on my leg or jump up in my lap, and I think that's why animals are so awesome, because they can literally sense that. You know what I mean? They can sense when you're upset, and they come. They're there for you, which is awesome. You know what I mean? Just to touch on that subject, we talked about your dogs.
Smile factories is what I call them. Well,
yeah, absolutely.
Factories too, but we won't talk about that.
I mean, like I was saying over in the other Meet the Gamer show that was happening before this, is like even like if I'm having a bad day, like I can come and watch different people on YouTube, and it'll crack a smile. There's various people that just get the entertainment out of it. That's why I enjoy it so much. You know what I mean? Sometimes if I don't want to stream, I come and stream, and people in the chat cheer me up. You know what I mean? So
Anton touched on.
Absolutely. I can't remember the number of times I felt like crap, didn't want to stream, forced myself to, and 30 minutes into it, I forgot why I was upset.
Yeah, absolutely.
That happens to me too. Yep.
Absolutely. You're doing I saw the 365 days of streaming, huh?
I am. I personally feel that with the way the world's going, we don't know where it's going. All this talk of, a reset and all this other crazy crap's going on. I'm like, well, this is my 6th year doing this, and I've had a lot of bumps in the road along the way, and tried to follow trends, this and do that, and always wondering what can I tweak to make more money, or to get those views up and get the ad rev up, all that crazy stuff that we go through as creators.
So I have to ask, where did you get the idea for the 365 stream?
Saw it somewhere.
Markiplier?
No, like when I first started Twitch years ago, it's been an on and off thing, and I'm only on Twitch now. I've given up on Facebook. YouTube is more of a marketing tool than anything, but years ago when I started, that was something that I saw a lot of streamers that I watched do. And these days, focusing on that and streaming every day, man, I watched one guy go from 0 to 42,000 followers inside of 6 months doing that.
Oh, wow.
And I love the guy. I know him. I got to know him outside of streaming and know him personally. And he's a great guy, don't get me wrong, but on stream you could put a sack of potatoes in his chair in front of his mic and get the same personality. And so my point in pointing that out was you don't necessarily have to be some super high energy, bouncing off the wall, in the camera, in the face of everybody, breaking the fourth wall every chance you get, just to be successful as a content creator.
Yeah.
Just be chill.
I got Notsense here in the chat. He wanted to let everyone know. He says hello.
Hello, how you doing, man?
Hello, what's up?
That's Dean over on SLRP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember seeing his name on that video. What's up, Dean? You doing, brother? What was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, I try to stream every day. Sometimes I gotta take a break from it, take a mental break from streaming every day. It gets rough. I guess I want to ask you a question, because obviously you have stuff on YouTube and you do Twitch. Which do you prefer, Twitch over YouTube, or
Definitely.
definitely? Do you
No
mind if I
question.
ask what the reason behind it is? I'm just curious.
Number of reasons, but basically they treat me better as a content creator.
Do
As
they?
long as I follow their rules, like they just changed their policy and there's certain things they don't want you to say anymore
Yeah.
because of the way society's changing. So I just have to make sure that no one in my chat or that I'm on top of that stuff basically. But everything that as far as whether it's Streamlabs or Stream Elements, there's so much stuff for Twitch for streamers, little bells and whistles for their streams to help their content out and to interact with the audience more. For example, through Streamlabs, I pay for their Prime service,
Yeah.
$19 a month, but that gets me a website. And one of the coolest parts about that website isn't all the little bells and whistles in the merch store. It's the fact that when I go live on Twitch, people can go watch it right from my website in real time, no delay. They can chat right from the website as well in real time, just like if they're on Twitch, which helps with people on mobile because the Twitch app is horrible from what I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to go. I was on Twitch before I came to YouTube, just streaming, and then I wanted to get into the video, like posting videos aspect of it. So that's one of the things I really came to YouTube with. But I've always wondered that question of obviously the difference that I see on YouTube is you can post videos, but there is a lot of streamers over there, a lot more than I see on YouTube, because obviously Twitch is stream, you know what I mean? But I do go over there and I watch a lot of people on Twitch. Me personally, I've thought about, okay, well, maybe if I, the days I'm in SLRP, I'll stream on YouTube to, the people over here, because I got a way bigger following over here. And then maybe the off days from there, I'll go, start streaming on Twitch. You know what I mean? I personally, I mean, my computer's not like it's a good computer, but for some reason, every time I go to stream, multi, because I do have Streamlabs Prime as well, and I find that I'm getting some lag somewhere. So it's like I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I study a lot about Streamlabs and how I can make my stream better, and I find I'm still suffering. So
Yeah, I had the same thing when I used to do YouTube and Facebook at the same time, and then Twitch. I had to separate the two because I'm an affiliate, and they have that exclusivity clause for 24 hours.
So wait, you do Facebook and YouTube still at the same time?
Used to.
You used to.
I'm no longer on Facebook because
Okay.
let's just say for personal reasons, I just decided that it wasn't worth my time and effort. And then with YouTube, you guys have heard the term adpocalypse probably several times, and it's the ad rev has gone down, the throttling of videos. I've had 36 videos in the last 2 weeks, forcibly put 18 and plus. These are videos. American Truck Simulator was one. A lot of the cuff streams were forced to 18 plus, and of course, when they're like that, you don't get any ad rev.
So,
but
is it like a
What's up,
language
Rye?
thing,
Hey,
or
brother.
they don't have to pay me ad rev.
wow?
But it's just been a thing where it's just easier because Streamlabs, you still have to log out, or the Streamlabs OBS, you still have to log out and log back in a different platform. You have to worry about your alerts cross mixing, and you're on a Twitch stream and your YouTube alerts, YouTube Streamlab labels are showing. It just got to be to a point to where I'm like, I've got way too much going on in my personal life. Something's got to break somewhere, and so I'm on what's called the triple down theory these days. I'm tripling down on what I do good and where I do good, and instead of trying to fix what I don't do well or where I don't do well.
yeah,
Matty, is that you rocking another Moxie?
yeah, I got the Moxie. That's my thing. Moxies. I love them.
I'm telling you, you give them more advertising than
Sup,
they
what's
pay
up?
for.
What's up, bros?
Yeah, I didn't really know anything about it. I live like in an in-law apartment at my grandparents, like above the garage part. So like, yeah, my grandfather's old school. He's always drank Moxie, and when I was a kid, I would try to take a sip, and it's so disgusting. but since living here,
soda?
it's a soda. Yeah, it's a very old school soda.
Coke?
Um, it's the motto of it is distinctively different. It just doesn't taste like a normal dark soda. It's like when I was growing up, we would call it
Root beer.
disgustingly good, and it's just grown on me. Hey, what's up, Kolu? How you doing, brother? Yeah, man, new microphone, brother. Thanks, man.
What's that image on it on the can there?
This image, I don't know. It's like it looks like a guy from it looks like a guy from like the 50s or the 40s or something like
Oh.
that.
You got
Um,
moxie, fella.
yeah, it's I even got a big well, not a big, but it's like a Ted Williams Boston Red Sox metal thing. And it's a Moxie ad, and it looks wicked old. But yeah. But everyone in my stream, how you doing? Matthew Skeed, Kolu Gaming, Rye Wilson, how you doing, man?
Right.
Devin plays Fortnite. Joe Boyd, Lieutenant Taylor Ray. Appreciate y'all stopping by. The Gaming Bros. I'm sorry I didn't see there, guys, but what is up?
So, Budda Rocks, I can see behind you. You got a couple guitars there. I'm assuming you play them. You want to?
I like to think I do, but in the terms of general internet opinion, I'd say it was mixed.
What's up, Stoner Dom? How you doing, brother?
Yes, I do. I do some stream. I've done some streams on Twitch, but recent DCMA stuff has me backpedaling and.
Yeah, you were mentioning that on your stream the other day, huh? Somebody bringing the music back?
Yeah, well, I've been doing them regularly. The biggest pain in the butt
What's up, Eric?
is trying to keep fresh content. It's not like buying a new game or a DLC and then playing it once or twice to seem like you know what you're doing on stream. You're talking about learning songs and figuring out what songs. It's a balance between what I like to play and what people want to hear. And not everybody's into the rock music, I play some country and stuff like that, but you have to learn the whole song. And there's songs even to this day, months later, where I haven't had the time to sit down and truly learn like the solos and fills and stuff like that. So it's a little harder to do those streams without people getting bored with them. The fourth stream in a month, and you're playing the same songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Buddha, I used to play guitar on Guitar Hero back in console there.
I did too. I hated it. It's like, I can actually play this song. Did you ever see the South Park episode about Guitar Hero? When Stan's dad pulls out the guitar and actually plays Stan's song, and
It's like, Dad, that's so stupid.
Guitars are for old dudes. That's lame.
South Park.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Music's always been a big part of my life. I was I'll say semi-professional just because I turned down a lot more offers than I took. I never wanted to be a slave to a record label.
Yeah.
I never really I wanted to be a star, but I wanted to be on my terms. And so music and I go way back. I took a 5-year hiatus out of frustration and just being emotionally and having my soul drained. Because every time you play, every time you perform, every time you write something, that's a little piece of your soul attached to it. You're not getting back. Is the way I look at it. So now this year was my first year back, and I started with a piece of okay guitar. I won't say it's a piece of crap. It's okay guitar. And I'm getting everything back the way it was, and now I love Dean guitars. That's my favorite brand. I had a huge collection once, and I sold it all to move my family down here to Georgia to give the kids better opportunities.
Where were you from before?
I think the bigger question is where I'm not from.
Oh, you've been around.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to travel. I mean, I live all the way up in Little Old New Hampshire, and then I've moved to South Carolina. Spent some time just a couple weeks down in Florida. I've been a few places, but I've always found myself back to where I was born. So, I mean, I hope to get out of here one day, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I've learned about wherever you're at, whether you believe it or not, whether you remember it or not, whether you take it for granted or not, You are everyone. You are where you at that point in life. You're exactly where you're supposed to be for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Whether there's something you need to learn about yourself to grow, or overcome something to grow, or not being afraid to take a leap into the darkness for a potential opportunity, which we all do. I'm
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
guilty of that.
Yeah, I like
That's a
that.
good that's a good point
So,
that you made there.
yeah.
Mr. Wizard in my chat asked if South Park is Buddha's favorite show.
Man, I'm gonna be frank. That's like asking me which boob I like, the left or the right. You know, there's so many.
Hey,
You know,
there you go.
I hope I didn't demonetize you there.
No, you're good. I'm not monetized yet, so
Yeah,
you know
none of
that's
us
why
are. None of
anything
us are.
goes. I mean, I'm getting up there, but
I love South Park because I'm a person where I believe when it comes to comedy and humor, if the intention is right, it's all funny, it's all okay, or none of it is. It doesn't have to be funny to a particular person. That's why they made different channels on the TVs and different radio stations and different channels on YouTube. If you don't like it, a couple of clicks and you can go find something you do, you know. So I love that show, but to say what's my favorite show, man, that's so hard. The only thing I can say is my all-time favorite movie is Pulp Fiction. That is the greatest movie ever made. I will never get tired of that movie.
I don't
It
think
is
I've
a
ever
good
seen it.
movie.
No.
Pulp
That is a-
Fiction. You
Never
said?
seen Pulp Fiction?
Nah, I
No,
want to hear another crazy
Matty's a
thing.
young,
I've
youngin.
never I've never watched one episode of South Park either. I was thinking about saying that, but I didn't know when. I've never
Wait,
watched
what?
South Park.
Oh wait, man.
What?
I've never watched The
Case
Simpsons.
No.
Your favorite
The
piece of-
Simpsons either? Come on, Maddie.
Dude, you've got to be fibbing, man. No,
Where
not
were
one.
you? Where were you, Maddie? Where
Listen,
were
I've
you?
seen bits and pieces, but I've never actually sat down and ever in my life watched a full episode of South Park, The Simpsons, Family
Family
Guy.
Guy? No.
No,
Dang.
he says no. I've never.
I'm gonna agree with Buddha on this.
love
I
all the
love
shows,
South
man.
Park because they don't care who you are. They will
Yeah.
equally make fun of you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell
They
yeah.
will
I like it.
drive you into the ground, but they'll do it equally across the board.
Yep.
They don't just make jokes on this group of people or this group. No, it's everybody. No
But I
one
mean,
is
I'm-
safe from them.
And they're what was that Mormon stage show that one of them did. They poke fun at themselves so horribly in their movies and interviews. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Like
I love
it
those
would be
guys.
amazing to just go to their studio for one day and watch how they work.
It's like an adult's Willy Wonka, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm a movie guy. I mean, I've also, like I said, never watched Pulp Fiction, but you know, I'm always up to watch new movies, regardless of what it is. What is it about?
Oh.
What's up, Caleb? How we doing?
It's
Pulp Fiction.
if you remember the Pulp Fiction novels, if you like old stuff, like they used to make these paperbacks called Pulp Fiction.
I've heard of the name,
they
but
were these these outlandish crime novels for the day, right? Like
Okay.
gritty stories told from like a street level point of view.
Okay.
And so, Pulp Fiction is essentially a collection of small stories that they do in this weird timeline order, but they all tie in to each other.
Alright.
It's a unique movie to watch.
yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I'll definitely check it out because, like I said, I'm huge into movies, and I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I'll have to check it out.
So now that you bring that up, what is your favorite movie or TV show, Matty?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm big into reality television. I grew up with my dad. We watched the show Survivor on CBS. I don't know if anybody knows what that is.
Yeah, I see that.
But it's like a game show. That, Big Brother, Amazing Race. Those are the type of TV shows I watched. I liked a lot of crime TV, like Force 48. Cops.
Law and Order.
Yeah, like one time the show Cops was supposed to come to the big city in where I live in New Hampshire, and then I was so excited to be able to watch that, and then the governor or the mayor in Manchester up here, he said nope, not gonna happen, and I was like, damn, like that's really cool to see something like that happen, but I don't know. I watched like Northwood's Law, which is based up here in New England. I like to watch. I don't know. just I watch different stuff, but I don't really watch TV anymore. It's find myself watching YouTube or Amazon Prime, watching movies on there. Anything that looks interesting to me. If it looks interesting, if I watch the trailer on that movie, you got me sold. I'll rent it. I'll rent it right on Amazon Prime, even if I don't know what it is.
Good one.
Tactile Gaming with the $5 dono. Appreciate that, brother.
Nice. Washow's good people.
I hear that a lot. What is there a certain meaning behind Washo? I feel like I see that all over the place.
I believe it's his name.
Oh, is that his real name?
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man.
I'm supposed to be giving that cat some guitar lessons soon.
Actually, I had someone in my chat that was let me see if I can find it again. What did he say? Oh, it was Stoner Dom. Could Buddha play us a song? That's what he asked.
Unfortunately, my gear is not set up to go into Discord if I went into Discord because of the loop. Because of I use voice meter as my device so you guys can hear me.
Oh, okay.
Process, it'll loop and loop and loop and echo and echo and echo, and it'll sound like a horrible digital mess.
I see.
So, Dom, you're just gonna have to wait for the next stream, brother. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dom's a long time viewer of mine. He's been playing some GTA Online with us recently.
That's what's up. Yeah. Oh, I see it now. Onyx said that was his name on YouTube before branding to Attack Dog Gaming. Attack Dog Gaming is actually one of my Patreons, which is awesome as well. But yeah, let me see here. Who's at the bottom?
That's what's up, man.
Caleb,
How's your Patreon going?
It's going all right. There's just I think 6 or 7. We got the gold level Patreon giveaway coming up in like 11 days, so stay tuned, Stacy. I know you're one of them, which is cool.
How are you doing that, if you don't mind me asking?
The Patreon?
Yeah, are you just gonna pay for somebody for a month, or?
No. So what I said, I set up Patreon, and I might encourage people to, I might rather do the Patreon route than setting up when I get monetized. I'm only like 300 something away, so when that happens, I might just not do the YouTube memberships and stick to Patreon because I've heard different things about, Patreon doesn't take a lot. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't.
Opposed to what YouTube is, and so I said
giving away a gold level Patreon. That's why I asked.
Oh no, so I have
I see what it is.
Yeah, just the gold level Patreons. I just do monthly giveaways for them. Show my support for them for supporting me. I still do giveaways on my channel. I do actually do them pretty often at every milestone that I set, just to give back. I like to do that. So
I find that with some of my upper level Patreon levels or tiers, doing things like VIP only gaming sessions, those type of things have been incredibly helpful at building my community. And
I see.
wish I'd done them more recently with the big update for GTA Online and me getting back into that. Like it was always hard for me to find people in my Discord that watch me on a regular basis to find time to come play.
So
But now it's been easy. It's been great.
how do you have that
9
set up
people in
on
a private
Twitch?
lobby one day. What's that?
How do you have that set up? Or do you have that set up on like Twitch tiered or on YouTube? Because
So,
YouTube,
it's changing, but currently I have 3 levels, right? And of course it's hooked up with my Discord. So when they become a Patreon, then they're all set up in the Discord and they get access to things like the high level. They get access to specific channels that other people don't. And then when I do a VIP, the only people that I invite into a private lobby with me are my VIPs that want to play. And everybody else just has to watch.
oh,
And
they
I
get to
do-
play with
I do
you.
community- yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And then I do community streams where anybody in my Discord, like today we did that. Just anybody in my Discord who's been a member of my community, they can come and play.
yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, well, they get to know you, and I think watching somebody play content, your favorite streamer playing your favorite game or something like that is great. But I think when you can add that personal connection to, okay, they played the game with me.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a great idea.
I got the sub for the brand new heist, and it took me a week and a half to do it on my own because I was helping everybody else do theirs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
But those people, every one of those people now don't miss a minute of my streams.
That is
That's
awesome.
good.
Yeah, that is very, very cool. I might try to implement something like that here in the near future because I mean I talk to the people I'm very active in my Discord, but it would be cool. I have people that do want to play, and I find myself just constantly busy. So it's like, I would like that is a good. I would like to be able to sit here, in a Discord chat and play with these people that literally come to every single live stream and sit there for the entire thing. Just even when
Turn it
it
into
can get
single lane,
boring at
car,
times of
one
stuff that
car
I'm
at a
doing, they're
time,
still
pretty
there
much,
watching and showing support, which is absolutely awesome. I do like that idea.
All these people I play with, there's a certain group that we keep doing heists with, and I say I've never enjoyed failing with another group of people more than you. Because it's fun. We laugh and we have a good time, and we talk smack to the NPCs, and we fail a lot and get killed a lot. But when it's that point when you're all frustrated together, and then finally it just clicks, and you make it happen, and then you're like, yeah, look at that 500,000 I just made.
Yeah, I've actually, I did when I first heard about it, like this may sound crazy, but like I think the first actual game that I ever beat was the one I played with. I did a series with a Way Out game. When I used to play Grand Theft Auto 5, all it was, oh, let's go around, shoot people, play a few missions, and then get off, play a different game, and so I've actually never sat down and played GTA 5 from start to finish, which may sound crazy, but I mean I plan to do it. And
Lots of people haven't played the story mode.
and then so
Trucks
adding to
come
that is
with,
that when the heist first came out, this last update, I was like, oh cool, like I'm gonna go check it out. I didn't know I needed all this. I needed some stuff to be able to actually do the heist. I was pretty bummed about it, but
So
Paywalls, microtransactions.
yeah, I was
yeah,
like, damn, man.
yeah, they make a lot of money off of that. I hate the pay to play. Anyway, I want to take a second really quick. So Geoffrey Gamer is at 94 likes, and it's going to be his first episode. So we only need 6 more people to go hop over there and give him 6 more likes,
Did I like
so
this
he can
stream?
hit that 100 like mark.
Well, now
Somebody
I'm
just
liking it.
actually gave him.
Yeah, make
Somebody
sure you
sent him-
jump over to Geoffrey Gamers. They got the other episode of Meet the Gamers with Anton Z.
Everybody go hit that like on Jeffrey's.
He's about it. Oh my god, he's
Yeah,
got 94.
Somebody just gave him a nice little 100 super chat for his
Yeah.
first 100
He's a good guy.
likes. Yeah, he's a
really
great
good
guy.
Great man.
He
I'll
deserves
see
it.
what Mr. Wizard put in the chat.
All of them. So, and I
me
know
see,
he's
I'm
worked
gonna-
really hard to get there. So
Let me
I love
see.
you, Wizard. You're awesome, dude.
Let me see. I'm gonna read back in the chat here. Oh yeah, right.
But
I see
you're
that. He
heading
can
out
stream
west, you kinda
a
going
black
around.
screen and just talk, and he would still hold viewers. Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. That's right there is when you know that you have all those people that are behind your back regardless, which is awesome.
there we
Absolutely
go.
awesome.
97, 98.
Funny
He's
story, Mr.
2
Wizard.
more. Just 2 more, guys.
What was that? Buddha?
Wizard paid me $20 one time to brush my teeth on stream.
What?
Dude,
What?
no, you're kidding. You're not.
Ago he did, yeah.
Oh my god. Why?
I mean, I ain't a weirdo, but $20 is $20.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly, right? There you go.
Dude, he goes,
90
Hit 100.
Oh,
Hit
there we
100.
go. 100 likes. Sorry,
Alright,
I had
so
to.
I was asked, Buddha, I was asking you the I think it was in your stream. Yeah, you were talking about, or I said something about a radio show that you were bringing back. What is that?
Oh, it was called the Buddha Show.
Yeah.
And I are working on something. So I come up with a unique way. Podcasts have been a thing forever, right? As long as there's been internet, we've had podcasts. Before that, we've had radio podcasts. But I came up with a unique way to do that since we were a role play community. And that's where our roots are. I came up with a way to blur the line between reality and fantasy game kind of thing, you know. So what we did was I built a custom radio studio map And if you guys have ever watched any of the popular morning radio talk shows, Bob and Tom, the Z whatever out of Texas that was on the late night TV show, but they nowadays you can go online and you can watch them with the cameras in their studio while they're doing their radio show, right?
Yeah.
So I brought that in with a custom app inside of our server and got a crew together, and we were all in game in the studio doing similar to what you guys do here, but it's all done in game with different camera angles with our in game characters, even though they're us. And the show mainly at the time focused around gamers and content creators and streamers. We had admins for a group of Rust servers on one time. There was quite a few. We did a whole season, and then it just kind of fizzled to nothing because the other crew members decided to move on and do other things. But that was essentially it, and it was a really big hit at the time. So I filed for a frickin' patent on the use of the media, and it's going to come back on Twitch. We've got a brand new studio. Onyx really wants to be involved this time, and we're trying to figure out the best ways to continue that idea of blurring that line.
That is absolutely awesome. I mean, I can't wait to watch that. That sounds so like such an entertaining thing to watch, just from the whole, being in the game aspect of it, which is wicked cool.
I thought it was great, and I think that the audience got into it. I was making my own custom commercials. Like, we had a commercial about two Italian guys who were like mafia guys that were selling modded accounts, right? So we presented that as an actual sponsor for the radio show and the radio spot, and it was funny. We did Italian mafia, faux accents. We had another one we did where it was like a radio spot for cops, right? But it was for old people who were cops, like retired people in their 80s.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and did that, and so it was all like audio gags. We didn't do any video to it at the time, but there were breaks in it. And then I would do things like we had all kinds of theme music and different segments. I did a voice, this guy Wink Winkerman, and we did video game related trivia and stuff like that. We talked about gaming news and whatnot. So it was a nice blur between what was in game and using the in game lore, like we were on WCTR radio, for example.
Yeah.
And it was a nice way to keep everybody engaged. And I'm excited to actually bring it back.
Yeah, that's definitely
Wait.
like that sounds absolutely awesome, and I can't wait to watch it. I remember asking you about it on your stream. What's up, Corey? How we
When do
doing?
you think that's going to start back up?
That's a good question because Onyx and I are so busy. Let's just say as soon as humanly possible, because the hardest part about that is originally it was meant to be a morning show, right? Because I could see people in their cars with all the cars that you can connect Bluetooth with your smartphones. I know all kinds of people that tell me they're listening to my stream while they're driving to or from work. I used to listen to Bob and Tom at the computer at work while I was doing my morning paperwork or getting ready for the rest of the business day or whatever. So I felt like people would listen to this, even if they couldn't watch it. But then it ended up being a nighttime thing, and we presented it more like a morning zoo crew meets late night TV talk show kind of thing, which was nice because we could be a little bit more. Let's just say we could worry a little bit less about censorship at night than during the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Oh, it's good to hear, Corey. I'm glad to hear that, brother. Corey, yeah, Corey's one of the guys on Cuffs, isn't he too? C-Wine Gaming.
Yep.
Yeah, I watch him. He plays with Rye a lot. I'm always over watching Rye
He
streams.
does podcasts too on Twitch.
What's that?
I think he does podcasts.
Does he? Yeah, I want to reach out to him. I love podcasts. I've always been a fan of podcasts. I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast all the time. That's what people don't, podcasts are actually, that type of deal is actually really popular. People just sit there and listen to it. A lot of people listen to podcasts. I mean, it's definitely, I honestly used to run one on my channel, but then I decided to do this because I enjoy this as well, and I didn't want to have to do both, so I was like, I'm gonna do this one instead. But yeah,
It's a very stripped down, kind of personal way of doing things.
yeah, exactly.
All the flash of and doing what we did, and it having game content and talk show or podcast content. That's all fine and dandy, but there's something to be said for this too. Something like this, where it's just very organic and there's no flashy frills and nobody getting excited and asking to smack that like button every 38 seconds of the stream.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like that's what I love about this type of environment. It's just laid back. Just talk. Interact with the chat here. Talk to the people there, and then just you get to know different people. That's the aspect that I think I enjoy the most because it's fun. I love to play games, but it's awesome to just sit back on a Saturday night and just chat with different people that come on the show, and that's why it keeps me coming back. I love it. Larry Sanders, how are we doing? Welcome to the stream.
The community. Everybody
Yeah, that's what I love is like is the community that are on YouTube, and even when I go over to Twitch in the chats, I like to interact when I'm in someone's chat. I also like to try to interact with the people in the chat as well, because you build relationships that way as well, is with the people in that community.
Especially Benzo's chat. You go in there and write, "Hey Benzo," and everybody's there just
yeah, everybody, because it's awesome to make a relationship with a streamer, whether it be on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. But then it's even it's good to make that relationship with the people in there as well, because those are the people that they're going to be there with you, watching that streamer every time as well. So you got that connection to start at the beginning with you both. You all like to watch this person, so
Yeah, but
there.
Benzo's chat is crazy. He just you go in there. I've seen him just break the whole his entire YouTube channel because people just light it up in there.
Yeah, I feel like it really has any YouTuber or Twitch streamer grows, you see those chats going from slower, and then they start going faster and faster, and then it's hard to keep up with someone's chat as well.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I know it's hard because you can just like.
What was that, Benny?
Yeah, I got a question for Budda here.
I got an answer.
What is your favorite LSPDFR mod, man? I gotta ask.
That's hard because
that is hard.
LSPDFR in months. I'm just gonna go all time here. Let's just say it's twofold. One is gonna be the Police Radio by Fincone. He's my boy Fincone. That's where it started. The original Police Radio. That was a huge game changer way back in LSPDFR 0.3. Whatever.
That was before Police Smart Radio, wasn't it?
Yep, Police Smart Radio was something that Albo put out.
Yeah.
After I think that was kind of sort of based. Either Fincone helped him or they shared code, or I don't know all the ins and outs of all of that, but Police Radio changed the game for us way back in the day. I remember how frustrating it was back in the day with LSPDFR.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, I heard a lot of things. I mean, I just came into LSPDFR at 047, so I mean, I don't know the whole back then LSPDFR when it first started, and then even LCPDFR.
Yeah. The fact that I've seen people play for 2 hours without one single game crash is just like revolutionary.
Lately I don't have no crashes. I stick to the mods that I have. I stick to the mods that I've been using, and luckily, knock on wood, I don't crash. I do not crash, and I don't veer away from those.
I actually just crashed for the first time today, and I want to say a couple months, because I still even though I haven't necessarily been recording, I've been playing still. Let's see, I tried to stop one of the peds on the bus, because somebody stole a bus, and there were still like 3 peds on there, so I tried to stop them to get them to come off, and the whole thing just shut down. But
I find if my game starts crashing, it's when I notice I start putting in all these call out packs that I have no idea. I've never used them before. I start putting those in. Those are what is causing. What was the one that the last crash I had was ambient AI callouts. It come out like a couple weeks ago. It started going good, and then it crashed. And I've watched other streamers use that, and it crashed theirs as well. So I mean, what I have is I have a mod list on my Discord,
Yep.
and those are the mods I use, and I stick to them. Here and there, I'll try a different one out. I'll run it before stream, or I'll run it behind the scenes for like 20-30 minutes to see how it runs. And then if it runs good, it'll stay. If it doesn't, if it causes bugginess, then it will go. And I just noticed that what I have works, and I leave it. The only thing that's coming in out of my game is the cars or the textures on the cars and stuff like that. I just keep it like that.
Yeah, off the top of my head, I can tell you assorted callouts. I know that one crashes. I still have not gotten my plugins back up to speed since the update on GTA 5, but I am working on them. But yeah, no, I mean you're spot on. It's either callouts for the most part, or sometimes cars do it for me too.
Vehicle models will do it.
You know,
Yeah,
If you wreck it just right.
yep.
Yeah.
yeah, hear that. Steve the Body Man said.
Every error.
So
Steve the Body Man said we now have. I don't know if he's a part of Cuffs or not. He said we now have airbags in vehicles in the server now, which
What?
in my opinion is best mod ever. What I want to know what that mod is.
no way.
Yeah, do you have like a video of that
Mod
you can
server
send?
that when a car wrecks, when you get into a vehicle collision, and it's based off of a hit point value for the car, right? So if it takes so much damage, if it calculates so much damage, there's two. They look like pillows, but they will deploy out of what will appear to be out of the dash of the car and the steering wheel, and then after 60 seconds they despawn.
Is that
Wow.
public or is that something private?
It's a paid mod, I think.
Yeah.
Is it? I want to know. I'll
Yeah.
pay for that mod. That sounds awesome to me.
Yeah,
Well,
but that's a 5M. Yeah,
Oh, it's just for 5M.
yeah.
I
That's
think
there's a
I think
lot of
there-
money in
there were
5M.
LSPDFR version that might be something else.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's pretty legit. It looks great. But it's something that it's all visual. It doesn't affect the car. And if a mechanic comes along and repairs it, then the car is wrecked again. The bags in that car won't deploy a second time, etc. So I mean, it's game limitations. It is what it is, and it's a mod that it's all visual and requires the players to role play it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I guess my question, if you know the answer to, is so if I'm doing civilian RP in a server, do I have the ability if I put that mod into my game? If I'm driving as a civ, would that happen in my car as well, or is it just for server wide?
Everything on our server is server side. We actually have script hook blocks, so people who are used to trainer-based servers like Lambda or the other 5M trainer or Simple Trainer or something like that, none of that stuff will work. It'll all be blocked, and they don't really need it because everything that we have is all server side.
Okay. Yeah.
Downside to that is your frames are and potential lag or texturing are going to depend on where your game graphics are at and what your internet connection is like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stream back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised my internet's held out as good as it has here at the hotel. I was in
Are you just using wireless, or are you wired at there though?
No, I'm wireless. So
I didn't know if maybe
yep.
they had Ethernet port somewhere in the wall there or something.
Nope, I'm not that lucky.
Rye Wilson says I probably won't ever wreck my cruiser to find out.
We'll try not to.
Your waiters and grab the shovels for that comment.
Yeah.
He'll wreck his car.
Oh yeah, I just from his sense of humor on his streams, I guarantee it. You know, the one thing the one I loved the most was the bait car. I seen him do a bait car and with a couple other people, and that one was absolutely awesome.
Some of that stuff.
What's that?
We definitely have fun with some of that stuff.
Yeah, that is so fun. Just to like the camera inside, see these people, and then all of a sudden the car shuts off. Absolutely, it's so funny.
works.
That's cool.
Locks them
I
inside.
like how it's realistic. Like you don't even have to. We used to have when we our old bait car script didn't have the cameras and stuff, right? So it was very rudimentary, like the original bait car script for LSPDFR, and you'd had to sit there and watch it and watch people walk up. We still do that, but with the cameras now, the rest of us that are on that detail for that night for those role plays, we ain't got to sit there and pay attention to the car. Rye can do that through the camera.
Yeah.
See,
Uh,
that's
Wow.
something fun that we could try to role play. Is you know that guy who makes the fake presents?
what do you mean?
Like the guy, he puts like the fake presents or packages, whatever, on people's doors, and somebody goes up
Okay,
and
yeah.
steals it, and then there's
Oh,
like
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah, yeah.
glitter spinner,
Explodes. Yeah.
yeah, or
Um,
the fart fart
Buddha,
spray,
Parts right,
uh,
yeah.
yeah.
someone in my chat, his name is Joe Boyd, and he just wants to know, what are your favorite moments from playing LSPDFR? I'm assuming of
So
all time.
many.
I know, right? It's so hard.
many,
I
but
have great times.
I'm gonna have to say again, it's twofold. It's like a tie. So there was a glitch that I had at one point where certain PED models, when I used, I was using at the time I was using a combination of LSPDFR plus, and which had the grab PED function.
Yep.
And then I was also using something by another guy that was called Patrol Toolkit. And that had a grab function. And sometimes with certain PED models, it would do this weird thing when I'd cuff them and then I'd grab them to walk them to the car. We'd shoot up into the air. And then we'd keep going up until I hit the key to let them go, and then we'd fall to our deaths. So there's that one, and then there's another one where I would arrest and put someone in the back of my car, and then the car, I couldn't go to get in it. The car, like the nose of the car, would be right at my hip, and every time I'd walk, the car would just spin. I could hit my button to get in the car, and it would just sit there and run, and then I would just let it go, and I would play yakety sax on my stream.
Oh,
any
Jesus.
theme music and just do that.
Sometimes studio.
So yeah, crazy glitches like that. Those are my favorite moments of any modding, but LSPDFR especially because Grand Theft Auto is such a broken game as it is.
Yeah.
Before you
Yeah.
know it,
Yeah.
Yep.
so
Yeah.
it's just moments like that are hilarious. And then there's the other parts where I remember being in first person because I got to the point to where I was custom doing my own field of views in the vehicle made it so I could get a realistic look from inside the vehicle, right? And I was playing it real close to the chest on realism and all of that. And treating the chat like they were watching me on patrol if I was a real police officer, right? But you'd get into a pursuit, for example, and I'd be in first person, and we'd be weaving in and out of traffic at 100 miles an hour, and then they would wreck into somebody, and I remember one, it was total Hollywood. They wrecked into the barrier, and the car flipped up and did a barrel roll in the air as I drove under it. And everybody, I
What?
remember everybody in the chat, I had the cam on at that time, and I had literally ducked.
Yeah, I actually got that. I watched something in the previous that you did LSPDFR in first person, so I was like, you know what? Like, I think I might want to try to do. I did that a little bit in my stream today, where I was like, I'm gonna go in first person when I'm inside the vehicle driving, just because like I try to be realistic. So I'm thinking that's pretty cool. That's where I got the idea from, was watching some of your previous stuff. When you did the first person view, which I thought that's actually a really cool idea. Sometimes I do it. I actually do it a lot when I'm on a felony stop and pulling someone out the car. Normally it's in first person every single time.
Yep.
But I think I want to try to do an LSPDFR, either I don't know about a stream, maybe a recorded episode that's completely first person point of view the entire time.
I love that dash cam
Yeah.
B.
Do you
Yeah,
play?
that-
Do you play with a controller, Matty, or a keyboard and mouse?
I actually I've always been controller, but I'm trying to like do good with the keyboard and mouse because I want to. My theory is it's hard. Like I tried to do it today, it's hard, but I want to. If I'm gaming on a PC, I want to maximize it to its fullest and use the keyboard and mouse. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what
Problem
I'm
I
trying
have
to.
with this is when you're moving the camera around with the joystick,
Yeah,
it's jerky.
yeah.
So looking left or right when you're clearing intersections. So what I did was I put all of my controls for my lights and everything on my Stream Deck, right? All my
How did
sirens,
you do
all
that?
the different stages. It's just setting up the key binds that you would normally use in your Stream Deck is all.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
And then I was using my wheel, my Thrustmaster wheel, and then my mouse I had so I could drive and I could reach over and blip the sirens or do what I needed to do to manage intersections. And then I grabbed my mouse and I could quickly whip back and forth like your head would normally in real life.
Yeah, that's why I like the mouse. Is it's I feel like it looks more realistic when I'm
Much
when I'm
more
using the
accurate.
mouse.
Yep,
My
exactly.
question I have is when you talked about putting this the things on the Stream Deck in the Stream Deck app. Do you just do that as a hotkey?
Yep,
Like you,
pretty much.
yeah,
Well, I think it's a hotkey. It depends on what you're doing with it because you have the momentary hotkey, which you hit it and it's on, you hit it again and it's off,
yeah.
and then there's the switch hotkey, and then there's the momentary where you hit it and it just as long as the button's pressed, it'll do it.
Wow,
So
I
for
want to.
my horn, for example, the air horn would be on a key where if I pressed it, the horn was going. I didn't have to hit it again to turn it off.
That's
Like you do
awesome.
with
Yeah,
siren, for example.
I want to try to check that out. I'm honestly gonna probably try to mess with that after the stream to see if I can set like the ELS to the Stream Deck, which would be pretty cool. I do have a wheel, which I tried to implement in the manual transmission mod, but the wheel isn't the greatest. I got it for free from a friend. It's a Logitech one, but it looks so old that it's so touchy while driving. I don't know if that's just how it is normally or if it's just the wheel I'm using.
Manual
This-
transmission mod is touchy.
Yeah,
Took me forever to get. I don't have anything expensive. I'm a broke content creator. I got a $60 Thrustmaster Ferrari Red Legend wheel,
yeah,
right? Literally aimed at the console and toy market.
yeah.
And actually, the pedals, just for no reason, sitting in the corner, decided to say, "Yep, I'm out. See you later."
Yeah,
And
that's
stopped
my
working,
thing. My
but-
pedals, like one of them gets stuck. So I was playing. I did a 12, or I tried to do a 12-hour stream, and I'm playing ATS, and my gas pedal got stuck, and here I am
Oh.
flying into a wall because I'm down here trying to pull the pedal out of being stuck. It was so funny, but it got so annoying, bro. I'm sitting here going fast. All of a sudden, I'm like, "Oh shit, the pedal's stuck. Fuck!" And I got down here, and then the truck. I went to turn it, and then boom, 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 the truck flipped. Dude, it was a good scene. I wish I was recording it because
crashes are always epic too.
Yeah.
I wish I was recording it while I was streaming it. I mean, I do that when I'm on SLRP now. I'll record the entire stream, and then I can go back and if people that don't catch the stream, I can make episodes that I put on my channel of, like for instance, we had me and Geoffrey Gamer had an epic motor vehicle wreck, and I took that out the stream and then put it into a video for people to go watch after the fact. I don't want to sit there and watch 3 hours and 45 minutes of stream. So I wish I did that with the ATS when I was doing that because that would have been an epic short clip of me. Because when I play ATS, I got the face cam on, but when I play LSPD4, I don't. It would have been epic because I was like, no. Like we'll go to try to pry the gas pedal off so it can stop, but no.
It's always that one time when you're not recording, or
Yeah, yeah, that I wish I
There's
was.
so much
Yeah.
good stuff.
That's why I'm.
Look, I've thrown away more. I've trashed more footage than I've processed.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got a 2 terabyte hard drive, and 1 terabyte of it is video from recordings. I've got stuff on there that has dates from 2 and 3 years ago still.
What's that, baby? The games? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, but you still get those like good moments because there's like for whatever happened, GTA used to have like a bad time with processing like fire or like collisions where everything would just immediately catch on fire, and then before you know it, you've got 50 cars all blowing up at the same time in this small little area while I'm trying to do a patrol stop. Dude had a light out or
You hit the
something.
Rockstar editor and go, yeah, this is gonna be
Yep.
good in the intro and our outro.
And I did. I got lucky. And it was like really funny because this one guy, right in the middle of all of this chaos, finally gets out and he's like so excited. He's getting ready to walk away from all of it and just boom. He just flies back. He's done. Got it perfect with that one. So
That happens in our server a lot too. We have scripts that will stop the traffic just like an LSPDFR, but unfortunately in 5M, the way with the syncing the way it is, and you've got 8 people on a scene between cops and firefighters and the civilians, plus all the backed up traffic.
Mm-hmm.
They start to go well, and then you have a radius, right? You only have so far you can put that traffic restriction radius out. So the ones that are coming in, especially if you're under freeway, it's like Atlanta, and someone comes barreling in at 90 miles an hour. They're going to hit somebody, or they're going to try to avoid and go around, and then you got 2 lanes with 6 cars wide, and then before you know it, someone's going to hit somebody, someone's going to bump somebody, and then it's on fire, and then it's all over with.
Cop turns into
And
a
you're
tennis
standing
ball.
there watching the entire server shake like it's an earthquake for the next 5 minutes.
Ain't that right, Matty? Cop turns into a tennis ball.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I was like, Jeffrey, let me clip that from your stream and make that into a video. He's on it, and then boom, and then I was like, okay, what can I do with this to make it better? Because it literally happened so fast. Where this cop was standing here, and then out of the blue, pew, gone. The car goes. It was so funny. So I was like, I rolled it back twice. I played it full speed, and then the last time I was like, I'm gonna slow this down. So I cut it, and I completely slowed it down to slow motion. So you see this car come in, and then boom, the cops through the air. It was so funny when I first watched it because all his reaction was, Jesus Christ! He's sitting there holding the gun on the guy like, don't move, get on the ground, and then it's like, pew, Jesus! The whole scene is gone. Everybody's just diminished. It was so funny. Oh man!
Got a Twitch highlight stream where I did LSPDFR, and it's titled something like "I almost axed a fan with a gummy bear." True story. One of my viewers almost choked on her gummy bear.
Really?
Oh my
During my
goodness.
stream, yeah.
Holy
So
crap.
yeah, I call it. Well, I won't say what I call it because it'll probably get you demonetized. But it starts with an F and it ends with an ERY. But I call that hill, right? And so I pulled a lady over, and she was giving me the sovereign citizen bit, and I wasn't having it. And Matty, you watch my streams, you see how well I react or interact with the NPCs.
Yeah.
So I'm going off on this lady, and I call the supervisor out, and he comes flying down the hill like the AI does, gets air like it's the Dukes of Hazzard, and pulls up in front of us. And he walks up, and I've got my weapon drawn, and I think it's my taser. It was my Glock. And she kept with the sovereign citizen crap after I kept giving the NPC the prompt. So I pointed my gun, which I thought was my taser, and told her that I was going to tase her out of the vehicle if she didn't get out, and she didn't. So I pulled the trigger and I shot her in the face. And the car went careening down the hill, down over towards the freeway. There was another NPC that was driving by when the gunshot went off. Stopped, got out of his car, ran after the SUV careening down the hill, and all the NPC supervisor could say was, "What the hell?" We laughed about that for like 30 minutes. And at the end of it, I said, folks, this is why cops don't have their taser holstered next to their gun, right?
Yeah.
Because of dumbasses like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you're on like at least with me, I find myself on like a serious, traffic stop or a scene, and then the cop just says the most random, the AI cop says the most random stupid shit, and I'm just like, dude, like what? It's so annoying.
Yeah,
Like
but
Stacy,
then
I saw
got
your
arrested.
your
was the
stream.
other
What was
one.
it? With your stream yesterday, I caught a little bit of it, and every time you're on a stop, it's like chaos just starts.
I
Me?
know. No.
I was watching her today with the
No,
bus.
hers yesterday, Stacy's, and it was just like one thing happens, a car crashes into each other. I see the cop get taken out. Grammar police won't respond. I was like, oh man, those are the worst times that I just like I hate. But it was
Came down,
hilarious.
get arrested
Or
by another
today I
police
went to
sometime.
What was
Go
that,
on.
Stacy?
I was gonna say, just like today, I went to go arrest somebody, and my person was like, "All right, you got the right to shut the fuck up." I was
Yeah,
like,
it's
"What?" I mean, I guess you do have that right, but
My favorite is the one that says, You ain't worth the steam off my piss.
Yeah, yeah. It's like there's just so much shit that they just like say, and it just catches me off guard. And I try to just act and stay in character, but sometimes like the other mic I had a button, I'd click it, and then I just start because I don't have the camera on me when I'm doing LSPDFR, and I'm just dying laughing, and then I get myself together and unmute and just start talking normally. But have a good night, promise. Appreciate you stopping by, man.
Would they ever make a mod of like when the AI talks back to you, like actually talk? Would they ever come up with something like that? You think?
Would
I don't know.
assume that's been probably tried I've got a couple of audio mods out there related to LSPDFR, but I would assume from what I know of the game and the way that they process the randomness of the population, which of course keeps the world seem alive and lively around you and gives you immersion, that I think you would end up with a big lag issue trying to force them to say this thing instead of that thing.
Yeah. I think what they could do, just because of how OpenIV is, because it's all wave files, which is an audio file, you should just be able to go in there and maybe switch some of them around and just call to it. Yeah.
Assuming that you don't. They have a 15.1 megabyte limit on audio files, and if you put one in that goes over that, as soon as you trigger any audio from that file, it mutes the entire game audio.
Oh, boy.
But I think the problem comes in not in the audio files. It's targeting an NPC to say a certain thing at a certain time.
I can see that.
Based on the pop group files, which dictate what kind of peds and what they're wearing and all that spawn in a given area. That's why you'll have gangbanger peds of one color in a certain area and gangbanger peds of like the Vagos of the yellow on the other side of town, and they all kind of seem to always, those kind of peds spawn there. So you've got pop groups that control that, and then you've got other meta files that will control which ped says what, and because it's not necessarily a ped saying it if you're not right up against him. It could be any of the peds within earshot that say something.
True, but I mean, also if you use like stop the ped, then usually it has, I believe it has an API function in there that you can get the ped that you've stopped. Beyond that, I don't think you have much control over anything.
No, individually like that you certainly can, because the mod can just play the audio files to match on-screen text if there is any for their responses.
So, but
wait, so could I go? Sorry, could I go? So you're basically saying, could I record a WAV file and put it in there, and that ped could say what I wanted to say, and that like stop the ped, or does that work like that?
If that's a thing, yeah. The last time, it's probably been 6 months since I've dinked with an LSPDFR.
Stop the ped. You would have to go in there and program.
The energy to spend 2 to 4 hours modding just to get a 2-hour stream out.
Yeah.
Stop the ped, you would have to add like your own plugin in there and everything, but you could probably easily switch them out for the ambient ones. Like the girl who stops by, I think it was on one of my streams earlier today, and she was like, "You have no idea what I had to do to get that interview today." I was like, okay. I mean, you could probably find where that is and switch it out for whatever else.
That's what I find hilarious is the peds that are walking by you that are like either talking on a phone or just randomly talking, and it's just like, okay, dude.
It's crazy.
Hey, we could.
Files that they have for that stuff too.
Yeah, exactly.
We could probably throw something in there like, "Hey, did you catch that Meet the Gamers last night?"
Yeah, you probably could. Like
self-promotion, I love it.
Like I see, I don't know how Anton Z will put in like, the items that can be found. Like this ped was found with a GNM Anton Z T-shirt and stuff like that, which I thought that was awesome. I was like, that's wicked cool.
That actually is easy to do.
You can add all kinds of different custom items and stuff.
Really?
That's in Stop the Ped, right? That's in like an XML file for Stop the Ped. You should just be able to add that in there like quick.
Yeah, the only thing I've ever done was in the compilate, I added a certain charge that it might not necessarily, I don't know if it's a real charge or not, but I wanted it specifically just for generic reasons. It was just the ones I have, they have in a possession of a legal stun gun, and I was like, I just want a legal possession of a firearm. That's all I want. And I just went in there, changed one of them, and was on my way. And now I can arrest someone for an illegal possession of a firearm. I don't even know if it's an actual charge, but that just is a basic thing where because I've been noticing with Stop the Pet, sometimes I can't check if the firearm is registered to them. It just doesn't show up in the action in that. So I was just like, I just want this one charge so I can, if someone has a firearm that they don't have a permit for, all right, you're arrested for illegal possession of a firearm. There's some generic type deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love how it's a lot of those scripts are so customizable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So one person's game. That's what I like about it. We're all doing the same thing, but personalities aside, there's different tastes. There's people that think their world. You can make your world whatever you want it to be with the mods in this game.
Yeah.
And I have. I don't understand this thing with a lot of the LSPDFR streamers out there that think that their fans are their fans and nobody else should be having their fans watch the LSPDFR content. And I think that's really limiting your own fans, expecting that out of them, because there's a whole world of people out there, regardless of how many viewers they got or how many subscribers they got.
Wait.
Are you something unique to that table?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you saying that there's people out there who expect their fans not to go around and watch other people's LS? What?
Oh yeah.
Are you serious?
The GTA police roleplay community, the modding community centered around that, from mod developers to players to content creators, there's been some very toxic moments, and there's been some infighting, especially with modders. Vehicle modelers especially, they seem to go after each other's throats about, I did this and you didn't give me credit for it, or hey, that's my resource, you didn't ask me to use it, or whatever. And in the end, what really bugs me about the whole thing is, hey, that nice charger model that everybody's using, that you're putting DCMA stuff on, and I can't use it in my stream unless I pay you and stuff like that. You stole that model, you ripped those game files from Forza Horizon, and then remodeled it. Sure, you did all the work to put it in the game, but it wasn't your original work.
Exactly.
And I don't understand. It's okay to make money with your mods. I don't have a problem with that.
Have you ever messed around with ZModeler?
I tried, and you know what? I could probably learn to play my guitar with my toes a lot quicker than
I tried to.
I'll agree with that. So they have websites where people have done that very thing. They've ripped off, they've torn different aspects of it, and they sell it off. They literally they're making actual cash money from this.
It really is. And the only thing I've ever done with that, I've done a few audio mods, and I did this thing called U.S. traffic offenses for Patrol Kit, which is exactly what Matty was talking about, which is XML files for charges and things like that. But I started doing it by states. I was researching actual statute numbers and so someone in New York, when they pulled it up, it would be their state statute numbers and how New York has their laws structured.
Or you can do the Michigan, I think it's like a Lansing law, where you can't walk your alligator down the sidewalk on a Tuesday.
What?
Alligator?
You can't walk your alligator down the street on a Sunday.
Yeah, but the only money I've ever made was through what I called the Budda Mods beta program, which is, and it wasn't something that people had to pay extra for necessarily. It was included at a certain tier level and above in Discord or in Patreon. And in Discord, they would get access to all of my stuff as I worked on it, and which was invaluable for me because it included them, but it also gave me valuable feedback because the more people you can get to put your stuff into their game and try to break it, the better it's going to be when you release an alpha.
Yeah.
And I haven't done that in forever. I haven't had time to I had this thing called Radio Realism, and I had grand plans for that, but it just kind of fizzled out because it was a lot of work, and I wasn't getting the voice talent that I needed to complete it. So, but that's, when it goes to modding and making money, I think it all comes down to morals, right?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that's with a lot
What's
of
up,
things
Joey?
in life. If you want to go with that route, there's a lot of people out there. They don't care. They don't care about what the actual copyright means because they're like, oh, nobody's gonna catch me if I do it. And so,
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? It's with all copyrighted stuff, right? How like I have to think of I've used copyrighted material in my stuff. I've tried to
mhm,
remain fair use. I wasn't blatantly using it and saying it was mine, or using entire song or something like that.
yeah,
But as a musician, I have to sit and think and go, if this was somebody else and it was my song, how would I feel about them using it in there, right?
hmm,
And on YouTube, well, that's an easy moral choice because with Content ID, they're going to get your ad rev for using their music,
yeah. Well,
which
I
I
mean,
think is a fair trade off, but there's always a balance to it, right?
yeah, and I mean, you also think about it, like all these different car textures, Florida Highway Patrol or whatever you're using. I'm using Las Vegas. It doesn't say Las Vegas on it, but I mean, they're all
There's been
technically
departments that
copyrighted.
have went after some people and said,
hmm
don't do that. You can't do that.
I wouldn't.
Oh
Really?
yeah.
When I made my
Wow.
Macomb County textures, the ones that I showed you guys earlier this week, I went to the
Yes.
Macomb County Police Department and I said, "Can I use your guys' textures?" And they said, "You can, but you cannot put our name on it.
Yep. See, and
It
that was the
cannot say."
right way to go about it
In
right there.
Macomb, it's Macomb E. It's got the E on the end, which is not actual Macomb, and that's exactly what the guy told me to do. He said, "Don't spell it the same way."
Yep.
It so.
Wait, those
It works
ones?
out that way, yeah.
Are you talking
What's
about the
that?
ones that I used, Stacy? That said Macomb. I thought it said Blaine County.
They said Billing County because I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna
You just
make
did
it
it lower
yeah,
friendly.
lower
Yeah,
friendly. I was not gonna.
yeah. I mean, I made a Las Vegas one that says Las Vegas
Mhm.
Metropolitan. It looks exactly like it, but I didn't even think about that aspect of it. To be honest, I didn't think, wow, would they make a big deal about that? I guess so.
Some do.
I mean, you
Some
could.
do. Oh, yeah.
It's easy to learn. Hey Bailey, what's going on? Yeah, it's all very dependent on who it is. Have you pissed them off? If they
Yeah.
ask you to
I like
take it
lore
down, do you
friendly
take it down?
because
Yeah.
exactly, and I like lore
hmm
friendly because it gives me more leeway to not offend a police
Yeah.
officer.
And it
I
goes.
have local cops that watch me, and they'll never be in my streams because they can't. They're on duty or whatever.
Yeah.
But they'll tell me they're like, "I've watched you do both." Now the realistic stuff with the realistic department's good, but where they really enjoy it is that when I let loose and I have that leeway because I'm LSPD or I'm Blaine County Sheriff or Los Santos County Sheriff and
hmm
nothing real, and I can sort of act like the GTA AI cops. They get more of a kick out of watching that because cops are people too, and they fantasize about, man, I signed up for this job and I took an oath to
Yeah.
protect people and serve the community, but that asshole today, I wish I could have taken him out back and beaten him with a rubber hose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, and they enjoy watching that because then they can kind of immerse themselves in it and let their little fantasies run wild. And I think it's cathartic for them too because they can laugh while they're on duty and laugh at stuff that they see every day.
What's
And
up, Buddha? Stu Dorman says hi. What's up, Stu? And
What's up, Stu?
Katie K. Sorry, Katie Cat Gaming Cade. How are you doing? Yeah, I got that right. That was the tongue twister.
So
Yeah, it was.
I've done a couple of MSP patrols, and I've actually wondered because that is the only car that looks like that. It's the only car that's got a bubble light. It's the only car that has the front little stop
Yeah, that's what I
on
did.
it.
That
So
an
I'm
episode
like,
on that. I wasn't a fan of the whole bubble light or the thing on the hood, but I did it because I wanted to do something different.
I don't know, but it's something to think about too. When you get monetized, you might have to end up taking it down. To be honest with you,
Well, we'll see what happens. I'll
so
probably with hearing that, not even thinking about it. Getting closer to the 1,000. I'll probably honestly just stick to lore friendly. In games. I've done LAPD, NYPD. I was
gotta
gonna do Massachusetts. I've done Florida, North
you just
Carolina.
you just
A lot
installed
of
the
them.
Redux, didn't you?
I just did it. I just put it in my Epic Games version. I'm trying out different NVE is my go-to. That's what I use.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. But I wanted to check out the Redux, and I'm not a fan of it.
I'm gonna say you
Nothing
gotta be
nothing-
careful because they put all McDonald's and Burger Kings and
I
UPS
noticed
logos.
a Pepsi. I noticed
Yeah.
a goddamn Pepsi truck. I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
what?
they will
You gotta be
hit you on
careful
that.
of nowadays because trademark infringement
Yeah.
strikes is a thing now on YouTube.
And they tell you too, because I've looked into trademark for my company. If you get a trademark, you either have to pursue everybody who tries to use that without your permission, or it's no longer trademarked. They
Hey,
have
what's up, Keeper? How you doing, brother?
so I mean that's like what they're taught when they go to get that
That's kind of
trademark.
scary. Like I just did a GTA 5 real life mod with an Amazon delivery driver today,
Today.
and Lyft. I did Lyft the couple weeks
You never
ago.
know where things are going. Look at social media and the internet.
I
nowadays,
know.
man. People are losing their minds.
Yep.
I would, it's not too far fetched that 2G man from Jeff Bezos' compound is.
But if you changed it from Amazon to Amazon,
yeah,
there you
Then I
go.
would-
That
Something like
then
that.
it's not copyrighted. You're not infringing.
Yeah, I just threw it together. It was I actually noticed it from Anton's, and then I went and checked out. Okay, I found this mission, this Go Postal delivery missions. I'm gonna lie, that would have been cool. It would have been cooler if the script there wasn't timed, where you have to do these deliveries in this amount of time, where I could just leisurely go to the deliveries, like I was doing when I was towing, which was cool. But who knows?
You want a tip for doing time missions in GTA faster with less traffic?
What's that?
Go in and drop your population and your density settings to nothing in your graphic settings.
Get in the Batmobile with a turbo boost.
Yeah, like I wanted to do
Your
it.
population and density settings all the way down. It's
Yeah.
minimal traffic on the road.
Yeah, I should have. I didn't even think about that. And not only that, is the vehicle that I was using for the actual Amazon Prime truck. The thing, it was in the handling. If you take a turn too fast, that thing's going flying like a bowling ball across the road, flipping around, and I'm like, no.
That is kind of
But,
realistic, though. I mean, if Amazon truck takes a turn too
Yeah,
fast,
I
it's
thought
gonna
it was
do.
pretty cool. Pretty
So,
cool.
yeah.
I've been trying to implement those GTA 5 mod type videos and real life mod type videos. I was trying to do I couldn't get it to work. It was you have to use map editor to put the grass in. I was gonna do a landscaping type deal, just to do something different, but it was just so much work to get it set up. I was like, no thanks.
Now you're not using the real life mod. You're just doing
I'm not
certain
using
things
the real
that.
life mod.
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah.
doing real life type things like I'm a Patreon of Bagged Custom, so he's got a lot of custom stuff where I got a Peterbilt semi custom truck where it's dropped real low,
hmm
and a fuel tanker that I just I skinned with the Meet the Gamers logo to do kind of brand what I was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. All right.
Well, if you want an idea for something, they do have a workable crane down at the docks. You can move
I'll
all
have to
those.
check it out. Yeah, I've been trying to figure it out.
That's
but yeah.
actually one of the missions in the game. You can move all the containers and everything. And so. Anyway,
But I don't know about you guys. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm getting tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that.
The
You're-
party part, but
so
No, absolutely. This is one of the longer ones, and Buddha, I do appreciate you coming on, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
yeah, thank you.
I'll be around your streams for sure. I enjoy them.
And we're
everybody in the
let-
chat.
look
Thank
forward
you for coming
to.
by.
Thank
What's
you.
that?
We look forward to your radio show that you're going to be starting back
Absolutely,
up.
I'm so looking forward to it.
No,
I hope that it comes back.
Twitch.tv/Budda Rocks. Make sure you follow.
Budda Rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't be a stranger. Come hang out in the Discord.
yeah, I'll be there. I'm in the Discord now too for sure, so I'll be around.
Where's that out of your YouTube? You can just find the link for the Discord.
If you go to my website, BuddaRocks.com, it's right near the top or the middle of the page.
Gotcha. That's what you were just saying, isn't it?
And you got it linked right here. You got it linked right here on your YouTube channel. Also, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. Actually, I got his YouTube link.
Depends on which one it is. They haven't really.
I'm on the.
If it's
Oh,
the
for whatever
Budda-
reason.
the BuddaNation.com or the Discord.me/BuddaNation. There's a few of them.
Send
Some
Budda
people
Rocks.
say it works, some don't. So I just tell them to go to my website. That always works.
Yeah, there you go. I'm actually working on a website. I mean, I paid for a domain, but I'm working on putting one up. I just feel like it's, you know, another step up. You know what I mean? To add to it, because
You
hoping the best.
You
with
gotta
it.
have a website nowadays.
So
Yeah.
you said BuddaRocks.com?
BuddaRocks.com.
BuddaRocks.com.
Okay. I don't know. It's just timed out on me.
But everybody in the chat, I appreciate you coming. I'm gonna start rolling the outro stuff for this. Budda, you're free to go whenever, brother.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Thank you
Appreciate
for coming on.
You have
Look forward to watching you in the future.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Look forward to
I'll
seeing
be
you guys
popping
on the
in.
stream chat.
Absolutely.
See if we
man. Take it
can't
easy,
find
brother.
some glitches. All right.
Yeah. All right,
Thank you
guys.
for
I'm gonna
having me
roll the outro in the chat. You guys take it easy.
All right. Sounds
Same
good.
Here, guys. Gonna be rolling the outro here, man. Gonna be wrapping it up here, guys.
All right.
And, yeah, there we go.
Deep inside, you wanna cry.
Dealt the wrong hand. You gotta find a way to survive.
Deep inside, you wanna cry.
Dealt the wrong hand. You gotta find a way to survive.
I want you to know.
Deep inside, you wanna cry.
See you through.